Noted on this day, February 3rd, 2025.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Noted on This Day. Many of you will recognize the music being played as the stunning masterpiece of a 16-year-old Felix Mendelssohn, whose birth is noted on this day, February 3rd, 1809. 1809 is not a significant anniversary for Felix Mendelssohn numerically, but 2025 is an important year for Mendelssohn as it is 200 years since the completion of his score for the Octet, completed October 10th, 1825. I am sure many of my chamber music colleagues would agree that there are few works that give quite the thrill as stepping onto stage with 7 colleagues and performing this masterpiece, celebrating his mastery of form at such a young age. For me personally, having now enjoyed quartet playing for over 20 years, for 12 years in the Piave Quartet as first violinist and 8 years now as second violinist with the Pacifica Quartet, because of those varied roles, I've played all 4 violin parts in concert, and I have to say, I get equal enjoyment out of playing them all, even though they're very, very different. So you can imagine my great surprise when this past December, we were at the Library of Congress and got a new experience with Mendelssohn's Octet. The wonderful curator David Pilar brought out his holographic manuscript, and we were literally sitting inches from Mendelssohn's beautiful score. I feel like looking at this score, I got to know Mendelssohn better. I got to know him more personally. For starters, I got to really know his love of detail, beauty, creativity. You can see that expressed in this lovely manuscript. You can see his handwriting. This is especially when compared with some of the other great masterpieces that we saw, the handwriting of Beethoven, for instance. We also saw Mozart and Brahms. I also felt like I got to understand his relationship better with his teacher, Eduard Rietz. It was Eduard Rietz who received this holographic score as a birthday gift from a young Mendelssohn. I think I saw in the handwriting of the signature that was there, Eduard Rietz's signature, a mutual admiration between mentor and protege. I think I also got to understand a little bit more about Mendelssohn's innovation and trying new things compositionally. You see in the first movement here a set of note values that are twice as long as we know them today. You can see in the first violin part a set of quarter notes. We know those now as eighth notes. This original manuscript, the first movement, is about 700 bars long. A very large number of bars for a first movement. Sitting with the score also, it was a joy to see Mendelssohn's mind working over the innovations of creating a new melancholic lilt in the second movement and foreshadowing his creativity of A Midsummer Night's Dream, the Shakespearean landscape a few years later in the third movement. And the last movement enjoying the tipping of the cap to Handel, specifically his Messiah. You get to hear the "and he shall reign forever and ever" notes that are quoted in that final movement. All in all, the experience was incredible to sit in front of this masterpiece. And on Mendelssohn's birthday today, I would invite you to take a moment to listen to this octet again, maybe even for the first time. And if it is, I envy you. And know that many of the contributions that we will see in this early work, we will revisit later in episodes to come. I want to thank you for tuning in, and I'll leave you with these final words again. Take care, keep practicing kindness, and please subscribe. Thanks again.